Hello, my beautiful people, star seeds, chosen ones, neurodivergents. Let's have a little talk, okay? We're going to talk about 3 signs that you might be chosen. Number 1, let's talk about family dynamic, okay? Chances are you grew up in a very low vibrational environment. Ghetto, the hood, trailer park, somewhere where it's a lot of negativity, especially by your family. They've always known that you were different from the time you were a child. But the environment, they realized that they couldn't let you have too much power because you would start correcting things. What do I mean by correcting things? Simple things like boundaries, not barging into someone's house, knocking on doors, expressing love and care to each other. That's not really something that's existent in a chosen one's family dynamic, if that makes sense. Now, they're not bad people, There've been a lot of times that they have helped you learn, but it had to be in like very difficult ways, preventing you from growing, preventing you from elevating. Yes, preventing you from elevating. It's just a strange thing because they just think like once you have all this power, you're going to like start controlling them. But what they don't realize is that you're not them. You're yourself. And you have learned to be the light in all the darkness in your family dynamic. Okay? Now, a lot of the things that they do, it's strange because they think that you're not aware of it. But most of the time you just ignore it because it's just too unintelligent, because you can see that the decisions that they're going to make are going to impact them. Now, they don't think that because they think they have a super high intelligence level. They're just used to using hostility to get what they want, okay? One of the things I notice about the family dynamic, being a chosen one, starseed, or neurodivergent, is that they secretly say things behind your back. Now that's strange, right? Because you would never think of just randomly talking behind your family's back. You might say, oh, you saw someone doing this and this was wrong and it might lead to future problems, but you never really judge them or talk behind their backs because you're already elevated. Your mindset is so above the stupidity that you don't even have a reason to talk behind their backs, and you're also focused on what you need to focus on in this life. Now, number 2, you look younger than you actually are. Guys, I can't tell you my age, but what I can tell you is that they always ID me. I also dress younger than I look. As you can see, I have on my SpongeBob drip because I love SpongeBob a lot, and it has taught me a lot in life. A part of being with looking young, you generally act young and do things that are just silly and childlike in nature. That doesn't mean you don't have experience, because best believe I have a lot of experience and you have a lot of experience in this life. Real life, tangible experience. Not the experience our family has where they think that they've traveled and they've been around different people and have experienced different cultures, they're actually very limited in their knowledge. But us starseeds, chosen ones, and neurodivergents, we tend to branch out to different environments and think outside of the box. We make different types of friends of all different types of ages, because, you know, we have the level of wisdom and the youth to accompany it. So it's just natural for us. People think that it's a genetic thing, but no, it's because we don't hold grudges. We don't have anger and animosity towards our family for no reason. We don't just randomly hate people and just have racist ideologies or anything that's strange. You know, we just realize that we're simply souls inside of this avatar. Now, do I have a cool avatar? Yes. Do you have a cool avatar? Yes. And I see some of the people that give, you know, their guidance on chosen ones, starseeds, and neurodivergence, and I can tell you, most of them are very attractive. Okay, and we're not talking about attractive in the sense of, you know, they look hot. We're talking about like they have a good nature to them, and they have an alluring, attractive personality that, you know, that if you went and spent some time with them, you would have a good time. No drama, nothing crazy, and, you know, it would all be peaceful. So the youth is a big thing that people usually underestimate us for, simply because we look young. And 99% of the time, they get wrecked, because that's exactly what judging a book by its cover means. You don't know what's inside of it, and you're already judging it. So most of us, we tend to put people in a position where they're uncomfortable, because it's like they run into a formidable opponent that they didn't expect, you know? So our youth carries us as starseeds, chosen ones, and neurodivergents, okay? The third thing, something tragic happened to us when we were young. Extreme death in family, someone you really cared about, someone that actually could have helped you in this life, they're gone. And they were the most likeliest person that would understand you if you had a conversation with them. They took them away from you, and you just didn't know why. You couldn't understand it, you know? You didn't cry either, because you were so used to pain and so used to the low vibrational environment that it never hit you. But what I can tell you is that it hit you at some point when you got older, and you realized that it was very strange for something specifically that tragic to happen to you in your life. Now, because of these things happening, you had to grow up really fast, and you had to learn really fast on your own. There was no one there to really give you any proper guidance. You just basically had to hit the ground running. And because of that, you experienced a lot of near-death experiences. Maybe it was just programming that was running in the background of the code in the Matrix, and you saw death so often, and you saw people doing hateful things, killing each other all the time over materialistic things. That's why you got so close to all these encounters of death. But one thing I can tell you is that Source, God Source, the Galactic Federation, Dauntless, from my neurodivergence, we're all protected by something formidable. There's something that walks behind us that prevents us from being touched. So, shine your light, my chosen ones, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.